Cults are strange and often dangerous things. They thrive on control. A charismatic leader usually sits at the top. This leader demands absolute obedience. Followers must adhere to strict doctrines. Independent thought is discouraged, even punished. Doubts are squashed. Information is tightly controlled. This is the world of cults. These groups prey on vulnerability. They offer simple answers in a complex world. Their promises are alluring, but their methods are insidious. They break down individuality. They replace it with unquestioning devotion. This is why understanding cults is crucial. We must be able to recognize them. We must be able to resist their allure. Atheism, at its core, is remarkably simple. It is not a belief system. It is the absence of one particular belief, the belief in a deity or deities. That's it. There's no dogma, there's no holy book, there's no central authority. Imagine a universe devoid of imposed deities. That's the starting point for an atheist. Atheists don't gather weekly to reaffirm non-belief. We don't have atheist hymns or atheist holidays. We are simply people who don't subscribe to the idea of a god. This makes the notion of atheism as a cult quite absurd. How can you have a cult without a belief system to enforce? It's like having a fan club for an empty stage. Atheism champions individual thought. We are free to explore the universe with open minds. We question, we analyze, we draw our own conclusions. Evidence becomes our guide. Logic becomes our tool. There is no pressure to conform to a specific worldview. Each atheist arrives at their lack of belief through their own journey of reason and critical thinking. This emphasis on individual inquiry is the antithesis of cult mentality. Cults demand conformity. Atheism encourages diversity of thought. In atheism, there is no punishment for dissent. There is no reward for blind faith. There is only the pursuit of understanding, driven by our own curiosity and the vastness of the cosmos. Let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, the lack thereof. Many people have misconceptions about atheism, often imagining it as a structured belief system with its own set of rituals and indoctrination processes. But the reality is quite different. There are no secret atheist rituals. Unlike religious practices that often involve ceremonies and rites, atheism doesn't have any such formalities. We don't sacrifice vegetables under a full moon. This might sound absurd, but it's a humorous way to highlight the lack of ritualistic behavior in atheism. We don't have atheist baptisms or atheist confirmations. These are religious practices meant to induct individuals into a faith community, something that atheism, by its very nature, doesn't require. The concept of atheist indoctrination is equally laughable. Indoctrination implies a systematic teaching of a set of beliefs, often without encouraging critical thinking or questioning. Atheism, on the other hand, encourages questioning and skepticism. We don't force our children to memorize the periodic table instead of prayers. While we might encourage a love for science and critical thinking, it's not about replacing one form of rote learning with another. Our gatherings, if you can call them that, are usually in places like science museums, bookstores, or maybe even a pub. These are places where people naturally come together to share ideas and learn from each other. We talk, we debate, we share our love of knowledge. These discussions are often lively and engaging, driven by a mutual respect for each other's viewpoints. It's all very casual, very human. There's no formal structure or hierarchy, just people coming together out of a shared interest in understanding the world better. There's no pressure to conform, no fear of reprisal. Everyone is free to express their thoughts and ideas without the fear of being judged or ostracized. Just good company and stimulating conversation. It's about building connections and fostering a sense of community based on mutual respect and a shared love for knowledge and discovery. In essence, atheism is less about what we don't believe in and more about how we choose to engage with the world. It's about curiosity, exploration, and a desire to understand the universe through evidence and reason. Whether it's through science, philosophy, or simply enjoying the beauty of nature, atheists find meaning and purpose in a variety of ways. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. Atheism is inclusive and diverse, welcoming people from all walks of life. It's a community built on shared values of critical thinking, open-mindedness, and a commitment to seeking truth. Many atheists are also deeply committed to social justice and humanitarian efforts. They believe in making the world a better place through action and compassion, rather than through religious doctrine. So the next time you hear about atheist rituals or indoctrination, remember that these are myths. Atheism is about freedom of thought, the joy of discovery, and the simple pleasure of good company and meaningful conversation. And that, in itself, is something truly worth celebrating. One of the most common misconceptions about atheism is that it's a monolithic entity. Nothing could be further from the truth. Atheism is not a single unified belief system. It is a spectrum of ideas and perspectives, each unique and valuable in its own right. Atheists are a diverse group of people. We come from different countries, speak different languages, and have different life experiences. We come from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all cultures. This diversity enriches our community and broadens our understanding of the world. We have different political views, different values, different dreams. Some of us are passionate about social justice, while others are more focused on scientific inquiry or philosophical exploration. The only thing we share is our lack of belief in a deity. This single commonality brings us together, but it does not define us entirely. This diversity is a strength, not a weakness. It allows us to see the world from multiple perspectives and to challenge our own assumptions. It allows us to challenge each other's ideas, to learn from each other, to grow as individuals. Through respectful dialogue and debate, we refine our understanding and develop a more nuanced view of the world. We don't have all the answers. In fact, many of us embrace the uncertainty and the unknown. But we're not afraid to ask the questions. We are curious, inquisitive, and always seeking to learn more. And we're certainly not afraid to disagree with each other. In fact, we see disagreement as an opportunity for growth and learning. In fact, respectful debate is encouraged. It's through these discussions that we challenge our own beliefs and come to a deeper understanding of the world around us. It's how we learn and refine our own understanding of the world. By engaging with different viewpoints, we become more empathetic and open-minded. Many atheists are avid readers and researchers, always looking to expand their knowledge and understanding. We attend lectures, participate in workshops, and engage in lifelong learning. This commitment to education and self-improvement is a core value for many of us. Additionally, many atheists are deeply involved in their communities. We volunteer, support charitable causes, and work to make the world a better place. We advocate for change, fight for justice, and stand up for what we believe in. Our lack of belief in a deity does not mean we lack values or principles. We celebrate life, cherish our relationships, and find meaning in the world around us. Our lives are rich with purpose and joy, even without religious belief. Many of us also practice mindfulness and meditation, finding peace and clarity in the present moment. Creativity and self-expression are also important to us. We engage in art, music, writing, and other forms of creative expression to explore and share our ideas. We ponder existential questions, discuss philosophy, and seek to understand the deeper meaning of life. Our journey is one of exploration and discovery. Above all, we support each other. Our community is built on mutual respect, understanding, and compassion. We find connection and camaraderie in our shared experiences and our collective pursuit of knowledge and truth. The rich tapestry of atheist thought is a testament to the power of diversity and the strength of our shared humanity. Together, we create a vibrant, dynamic community that celebrates the beauty of life and the endless possibilities of the human mind. One of the most liberating aspects of atheism is the absence of fear-based control. Without the looming threat of divine punishment or the promise of eternal reward, we are free to live our lives based on our own principles and values. This freedom allows us to explore the world with an open mind and heart, unencumbered by the constraints of dogma or superstition. We don't live our lives in fear of divine retribution. Instead, we find solace in the natural world and the beauty it holds. The stars, the mountains, the oceans, all these wonders are enough to inspire awe and reverence without the need for supernatural explanations. We understand that our actions have consequences in this life, and that is enough to guide our behavior. We don't worry about eternal damnation or pleasing a higher power. Our focus is on the here and now, on making the most of the time we have. This perspective encourages us to build meaningful relationships, to seek joy and fulfillment in our daily lives, and to contribute positively to our communities. We find purpose in the connections we make and the impact we have on those around us. This frees us to live authentically, to pursue our passions, to embrace the beauty and wonder of the universe without reservation. We are not bound by the fear of judgment or the need to conform to religious expectations. Instead, we are guided by our own sense of curiosity and wonder. We seek knowledge and understanding, and we find joy in the pursuit of truth. This doesn't mean we're reckless or immoral. On the contrary, Our actions are guided by a deep sense of responsibility and ethical consideration. We understand that our choices have real-world consequences, and we strive to make decisions that are just and fair. Our morality is not dictated by fear, but by a genuine desire to do what is right. Our morality is rooted in empathy, compassion, and a desire to make the world a better place. We recognize the inherent worth and dignity of every individual, and we are committed to promoting justice and equality. Our actions are motivated by a sincere concern for the well-being of others, and we take pride in our efforts to create a more compassionate and just society. We don't need the threat of punishment to be good. Our sense of morality is intrinsic, born out of our understanding of the interconnectedness of all life. We know that our actions can have a profound impact on others, and we strive to act in ways that promote harmony and well-being. We find fulfillment in acts of kindness and generosity, and we are driven by a desire to make a positive difference in the world. We choose to be good because it's the right thing to do. Our actions are guided by a sense of integrity and a commitment to ethical principles. We understand that our choices define who we are, and we strive to live in a way that reflects our values. We find joy in acts of kindness and compassion, and we are motivated by a desire to contribute to the greater good. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Freethinker's Journey.